How's it going, everybody? I is Reaper31 here, and welcome to this channel update video here with PES 2019, the demo playing in the background here. Got a lot to talk about here, and try to squeeze it in this 5-minute match here in exhibition. I'm not going to give a review of the demo in this one. I think enough people have been saying their piece about it. I will say it's been pretty good. I think they've done a solid job here. It's obviously some niggles here and there, but nothing. I take the demos with a grain of salt. I don't really put a lot of stock into them. It gives you an idea of what to look for, but it's not really going to be what it's going to be like when it's all said and done. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is upgrades to the PC. After my original PC, it's still been running fine, but with the better and better graphics coming out with these games, it's getting a little bit harder for my PC to keep up. And I did a pretty big overhaul. Went from the ground up, new motherboard, new CPU, new RAM, new power units to help bring out the best of the gameplay here. And it's looking fantastic so far. Everything's running much smoother now on my PC. I'm loving it so far. You'll see a quick little picture of the upgrades right here. It just would spend a good $750, I would say, on all those upgrades. A lot easier than the last upgraded build, but still not too bad for, finding some decent parts. And I've got some room to expand and even upgrade the system even more in the future. But so far so good. I can't complain with it. It was easy to install and runs pretty smooth. Second item on the agenda is Ted Lasso. The series wrapped up at Norwich City after 2 seasons in PES 2018. PES 2019's just around the corner, and so where is Ted Lasso going to start? Well, I had a poll out on Twitter. First, I want to say thank you so much for those who voted. 50 votes was more than I was anticipating. So I was glad to see you guys' feedback, and not a huge surprise here as the results show that Liverpool are the favorites for Ted Lasso's next destination in the Master League here in PES 2019. Now I'm a little bit torn by this personally as an Everton fan. To play as Liverpool in a Master League is really not my idea of fun. However, it makes sense for Ted Lasso. He's had a terrific career to this point. Keep in mind, he's played, managed 7 seasons in the English tiers, and he's never been fired. He's left jobs for better opportunities, but he's never been fired by a board. And right now I'm going to pull up the career league stats for Ted Lasso, spanning from the start of this series, which I think with all the episodes put together puts us close to 300 episodes. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but somewhere in that range. There's a lot of content out there, very long, over this past 3 to 4 years we've done this series. And we started out in FIFA 16 with Newport County, who was at the time one of the weakest teams in the game. Ted had a interesting 3 years there, building that team up, and by the time we finished in year 3, we were probably one of the strongest teams in League 2, but we just couldn't get over the hump in League 2. It seems like we were just bogged down by mid-table woes. And you can see year 1 and 2 finished in 11th place, nowhere near contention. And I believe year 2 was really disappointing because we were one of the best teams on paper in League 2, but we just didn't seem to translate into results. But year 3, we were much better, got 4 more wins, and catapulted ourselves to 4th place. And that got us into the playoffs, where we won the League 2 playoffs to get promotion. But it was that time Ted Lasso was ready for a change of pace, and a big offer came, and the QPR came a calling. And at that time, we transitioned to PES 2017, the Master League, which was a totally new experience for Ted. He managed expectations well, even though you can see we finished 16th in year 1 and A lot better in year 2, finishing 10th, but still we were mired in the championship grind, so to speak. But not too bad. I mean, the first year was rough, but managed to rebound a little bit more in year 2. But you can see his offensive stats were not great at QPR. But then we made the big jump to Norwich City in PES 2018. And that's where it really picked up pace in the championship. A very solid championship team. And we were able to get promotion due to the playoffs, winning his 2nd trophy in a matter of seasons, finishing 6th in the championship, and it was actually a really fun campaign. And then up in the Premier League, we were predicted to finish dead last and get relegated back down. We proved all the doubters wrong. 7th place in the Premier League with a qualification to the Europa League. Ted Lasso earned for Norwich City with a pretty respectable record of 17 wins, 10 draws, and 11 losses. Obviously, our defense was not as stout in year 2 as it was in year 1. But, we got big wins against opposition as we went along. Now, I will say, taking a look at the averages for Ted Lasso and wins, he averages about 17 wins a season, which isn't bad. It's pretty respectable. But at a job like Liverpool, where the talent they have, they should be fighting for the title. And that does worry me a little bit because, Ted's really not had it. Whenever he's had one of the best teams in the league, he really underperforms with it. He's much better at building teams up from the ground up and making them competitive, but he has not been in contention for a league title in his 7 seasons as a manager so far. So could this be the first time Ted Lasso gets fired? I think Liverpool's going to be a high-pressure job, and it's going to be a big ask for him. But we'll have to wait and see until the next episode of the series comes out here once PES 2019 gets fully released. That's all I've got for now, guys. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope you stick around and stay tuned for the next chapter of the Ted Lasso story, this time in Anfield as manager of the Reds. So until next time, take care and stay tuned.